Hello and welcome to HTML Basics. In this video we'll talk about HTML lists. There are three types of lists I want to look at in this video: unordered lists, ordered lists, and description lists. We'll worry about the specifics in a moment, but first, before we start, it's important to know that all of these lists in HTML are multi-part lists. There's a tag used just to enclose the entire list itself, and a separate tag used for each item within the list. We'll look at examples as we go along. So the first type of list is an unordered list, and this simply means a list of bulleted items. To enclose an unordered list, you use the UL tag, and of course at the end of the list you want to use the /UL closing tag. For each item in the list, you use the LI list item tag. So here we'll say item 1, and we'll add another item, item 2. And if we look at what that does over here, it's simply a bulleted list. Now, in CSS, you can change the look of these lists, the style and formatting of these lists later on, but for now, it's just important to know that the list item in an unordered list is a bulleted item. In the ordered list, you enclose the list with an OL ordered list tag. It's pretty straightforward, and you use the same LI tags to enclose the items in that list. And if you look over here, it's simply a numbered list. So ordered list is a numbered list, unordered list is a bulleted list. Description list works in the same sort of way, but it has an additional element. So a description list is enclosed in the DL description list tag, as would be expected. And let me spell that properly. And instead of list items in a description list, you have terms to describe and then the description of those terms themselves. So the term you're describing is enclosed in the DT tag. So let's say term 1 for the first one. And the description of that term is enclosed in the DD description tag. So let's say this is description 1. And if we look at how that appears when we render that, term 1 is not indented. That's the term we're defining or describing. And the description of term 1 is indented. So if we added a term 2 to that, it would look the same way, but it would of course be term 2 and description 2. Pardon me, having some trouble with my keyboard. Description 12, that's fine. Let's do 2, let's fix it. So those are the basics of the three types of lists I want to look at, but I want to look at one more thing, and that's nesting lists inside of each other. So let's just look at this unordered list for the moment, so we can get rid of all other complications, and let's add another list item. But this list item is going to be more complicated than a simple term or something along those lines. Instead, we're going to add another list here. Let's add an ordered list. And in that ordered list, we're going to add a list item, item 1, and we'll add a list item, item 2. And of course, we'll close our ordered list, and we'll close the list item that that ordered list sits inside of. So if you look at what that does, we have our list item 1, as we'd expect, our list item 2, as we'd expect, and then list item 3 actually is a list in itself. So list item 3 is a list of 2 items. So it's a sub or nested list. That's it for this tutorial. For more videos in this series, check out STEM Tuts on YouTube or visit us at www.stemtuts.com. Thanks for watching.